One of the reasons why a lot of people are poor is because their lives are made up of liabilities and not assets. Many times when people have money, they use the money to acquire liabilities instead of using the money to acquire assets. So let's do a deep dive. What is a liability and what's an asset? What is a liability and what is an asset? Let me bring it from two dimensions. Number one, an asset is anything that appreciates in value. Number two, an asset is anything that produces cash flow or produces income. So how do you know if something is an asset? If I buy this thing now, will it increase in value? Then it's an asset. If I buy this thing now, will it bring more money to me or take money from me? So once you go to that store and you buy that shoe, you buy that bag, you buy that wristwatch, the very minute you buy it, will it continue to increase in value or will it reduce in value? When you buy that car and you drive the car out of the car lot, can you go back there tomorrow and sell it to them for a higher price? So every time you begin to understand this, you realize that every time you are releasing money, are you releasing it for asset or for liability? What's a liability? A liability is anything that depreciates in value. So most of what people have is either a liability or a necessary liability. That's why they call it necessity. It's a liability, but it's a necessary liability. So they call it necessity. Hello? So once you release money and what you are using the money to get will not increase in value or bring money to you, that's a liability. So a lot of people are either operating in pure liability, which is foolishness, or necessary liability, which is life for a lot of people and at different stages. So sometimes that's where you start before you begin to now adjust and balance out to the next realm. Hello? Because for instance now, in some parts of the world, having a car is like a necessary liability. And it can even be an asset if you know what to do with it. So let me give you an example. If you have a car right now, it can be an asset or a liability. Why? It can be an asset because it can give you mobility and be a leverage for you to make more money. It can give you positioning and packaging to access more money. Are you seeing this? So you have to think very well because we are not all in the same industry, in the same sector. So you have to think. If you buy a car now, maybe you live in somewhere inside, and you need to resume work by 8, but there's no way you can even see transportation. So you now realize, okay, if I have a car, it will help my health. Over time, I won't be going through. So there are a lot of dimensions to that. So one person's car may be a liability. Another person's car may be an asset. It may not be bringing money, but it's bringing relief, it's bringing health, it's bringing because assets and income and increase is not only about finances. Did you get that now? Now, do you know that you can have a car and then only you wake up in the morning in a Kotsu, in a Gbeda, and you enter your car and you'll be driving yourself to the island. And there are 3 empty seats behind you and 1 empty seat by your side. Some of you, there are even 7 empty seats behind you and 1 by your side. But only you will just be in the car driving. And you are praying, oh Lord, prosper me. And this salary is not enough. But there are seats that could have brought more money. So you could have just left your home and got into Egbeda and talked to the guys. Ebami load motor or Ebami load boss. So you are driving a Toyota Previa or a Toyota Sienna and you have seats for 7 or 8 more people. But only you are doing big manism without money. You can't pay rent, you can't pay school fees. You are borrowing money from microfinance. You are calling everybody on your phone. You are borrowing money from every app, change your SIM card, yet you didn't know that they know you. Whereas these 7 seats, you could have just gotten to a bed and it would be 2,000. Or how much? 3,500. So from Egbeda 3,500 straight. So 3,500 times 7, how much? Mathematician. Where are my maths people now? 3,005 times 7. 24. Okay, let's just say 20,000. Now, if it's a car, that's 4 people. 3,500 times 4. 14,000. Now think of it, oh. So you are going to work in the morning, 14K. When you are coming back, you stop at Obalende, they load for you again, 14K. So every day you are doing 28. Then the 8 you give it to boys. So at least you are doing 20 with your car. So every day you are doing 20. Every month you are doing 400. And your salary is 130. And you bought the car with company loan that they are removing 40,000 from your salary. So every month you collect 80. Are you seeing the practicality of it? So every day you are doing big man, you are not a big man, you are a fake man. You get it now? So, but what have you done now? Every day you are making 20K, every week you are making 100K, every month you are doing 400. So even if your salary is 130, 150, even if your salary is 1 million, another 400 has joined. So while you are working, that car now has become an asset. Are you seeing investment mentality now? You can decide to say you want to buy fridge. So you bought the fridge is in your house, necessary liability. Because it's not bringing money. It's reducing and it's not bringing money. You bought television. Many of you have bought flat screen and it has made your life flat. You bought flat screen, you bought everything generator and you are not generating anything. So now, you see, the amazing thing is the financial institution will give you loan to buy generator, buy fridge, but they won't give you loan to buy land. Because they are not interested in your well-being. They are interested in putting you into a trap so that you can become an income for them. Because the interest they will get from you is their own income. So you are their liability. Now you be their mugu. Hello? But now you now have flash screen, you have generator, you have deep freezer, you are not at home. And you are not spiritually deep. When last did you watch that television? And you are still paying. But you know that same fridge and that generator, you can now load the fridge with water and block, and you begin to sell block. How much do they sell that block? That's 500. So if you have that block like this, you can even do like that, something they used to do bread. They can do the bigger one for you, just arrange it inside. That one will be more than 500. So imagine now that you are doing that maybe 1,000 and you are just selling 10 per week. No, not even per day, 10 per week. Then if you now sell 30 per week, that's 30,000. 10 per week, 10,000. That will pay for the fuel that you put in the generator. Are you seeing how this thing works? So it's not just about coming to church, you do fasting and prayer, and then I've told you anytime you pray, God must give you an instruction, an idea, a step to take, an action. There must be something that is coming out of that prayer that you are now going to execute for you to get answers. Do we understand that now? So number 3, what's investor mentality? Investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Now listen, there is nothing wrong working for money. Almost everybody will start from that realm. But once you have the right mindset, you know that this is temporary. And investor mentality is that mindset that helps you to know that, look, I'm starting out now, I'm working for money, but I must have an exit plan so that instead of me working for money, I get to a point where money will begin to work for me. And listen to this. I do not believe that any individual should work for more than 10 years, maximum 15 years before they enter into that realm. If you have been working now for 10 years or 15 years and you still depend on salary, you're a poor man. You are operating behind what we are teaching now. So when you start working in your early 20s, you're 24, you're 25, you start working and you have all this understanding. As you are working, you are earning money, you are doing all this things we are saying. By the time you have done 10 years, you should have a lot of things working for you that whether they pay you or not, you are okay. You are only working because that is what you need to do as your calling, your destiny, your career, your passion. Not because you are waiting for 30 days make one pay before you can eat, 30 days make one pay before you can. No, that's poverty. Jesus did not die for that. Hello? And that's why we need this natural dimension to add to the super so that we can operate in the supernatural. So it's that mindset of, okay, I'm starting up now. I'm earning my salary. I have to be saving every month. If I save every month, I have to do this, I have to do that. And this one will be working. Why this one is working? Why this one is working? By the time you are 10 years in that organization or 10 years in that industry or 10 years in the marketplace or in the workforce, you should not be depending on salary anymore. You should have a lot of things working for you and bringing income. maximum 15 years, max. Hello? I also do not believe, it's my personal belief, that husband and wife should be working for salary beyond 10 years of their marriage. I believe that if you get married, I'm working, you are working, we should sit down and have a family plan and say, come, what's happening? What's the plan? Because by the 10th wedding anniversary, you should be in your own house. You shouldn't be tenant after 10 years. Now you are married for 25 years. You don't even have one plot of land. But you have done many burials. And you have done many naming ceremonies. And the children you named with 3 million, you can't even pay their school fees of 1.5 now. Why? Because these things are things that happens, and then the next will say it's village people. It's not village people. It's ignorant people. Hello? Just need to understand this thing. So once you sit down and say, okay, if the day you met each other and you say we're going to get married, as you are sitting down to plan how many children you are going to have, you're also sitting down to plan when are we going to have our own house, when are we going to start our own family business or investment, when you plan that from day one, there are many useless expenses that you will not have in that marriage. Because you will have something that is going to guide you. Because if you don't know what to do with money before money comes, when money comes, money will tell you what to do with it. And after you have obeyed the instruction of money, you will now realize that your own vision has been left unattended to. Hello?